The movie opens in a remote area where a group of young teens are blindfolded and play a makeshift football game with a metal ball. Once the game concludes, a man known as the Messenger arrives, and he's a man of small stature who trains the children in close combat and endurance. He passionately urges them to demonstrate their strength and energy, addressing them as the Monos. With loud shouts, he guides them through rigorous exercise, instilling in them the importance of resilience. After the training session concludes, the Messenger arranges the children in a line and carefully examines their military stance. His keen eye catches Wolf, who was not standing correctly. Displeased with the improper posture, he scolds Wolf, reminding him that as the leader of the group, he should set a better example. The Messenger emphasizes the importance of discipline and expects the Wolf to be more attentive and knowledgeable, given his role within the group. The Messenger then tells the group that he's brought them a gift, and then points to a dairy cow. He then says that the cow isn't a gift, but a loan to the organization in aid of its cause. He then tells them that they must return the cow at the end of the mission. Afterward, the person delivering the message tells them that they don't have to give back the cow because it was given to them, and they say that if they don't, nobody will assist them anymore, but instead, they will expose where they are and deceive them. At the end of his speech, the Messenger asks if anyone would like to say something, and Smurf steps up and asks permission to milk the cow. The Messenger asks Smurf if he knows what happens when a dairy cow isn't milked, and when Smurf doesn't respond, the Messenger tells him that they explode. To take care of the cow, the Messenger gives Smurf an important task and asks him to go back in line.
Wait, hold on. Did you subscribe to our channel? Come on guys, you're here, you're watching the video. Help us out by hitting the subscribe button, as it really helps out me and my team to make more videos for you guys. And now, let's get back to the recap.
Next, the person delivering the message asks if anyone has something else that they would like to say, and at the moment, Lady steps forward and mentions that the Wolf, the leader of the group, has something important to share. The Messenger sternly commands Lady to return to her place in line, emphasizing the need for order. And with a firm tone, the Messenger then summons the Wolf to step forward, and Wolf, filled with determination, respectfully seeks permission to become Lady's partner. The Messenger, recognizing the potential strength of their partnership, seeks confirmation from Lady, and upon receiving her affirmation, the Messenger grants approval of Wolf and Lady to become a couple. Lady and the other women in the group find a spot near the pond and sit down together. They start to groom one another, and Lady skillfully braids the hair of one of the women, making it look beautiful. The woman, an American engineer that they call Doctora, is called upon by the Messenger and stands before a makeshift studio. He then orders her to read the day's newspaper in front of the handheld camera that he's holding. The Messenger then leaves the group on the horse that he came riding. After the Messenger left, the group holds one of the members called Rambo, and they beat her taking turns. Wolf then gives the belt that they were using to beat Rambo and gives it to Doctora, ordering her to do the same as the others. Doctora is seemingly the only one in the group that isn't delighted by the gruesome act. She then reluctantly hits Rambo with the belt, and the group yells out that makes 15 whips. It is then revealed that it was Rambo's birthday, and the group dances around Rambo, celebrating her 15th birthday. Rambo, Wolf, and Lady sit together resting in the foggy evening, and Wolf tries to teach the Lady how to whistle, but Lady wasn't quick to learn. Giving up, Lady kisses Wolf and then laughs, telling him that he kisses weirdly. When Wolf gets defensive, she suggests that he should kiss Rambo. The two then kiss, and Lady joins in, still laughing at Wolf. Later in that evening, the group cuts down a tree and make a bed frame for Lady and Wolf. At night, the group makes a bonfire and celebrates the couple with chants and gunshots in the air. Later on, a few kids from the group secretly watch Doctora, who is being held captive by the Monos inside a cave. The next morning, the group is still full of energy from the previous night's excitement, and they go outside and continue shooting their guns in celebration. However, Dog, one of the Monos, starts firing his gun carelessly and accidentally hits the cow. Upon hearing the commotion, Wolf quickly realizes something is wrong and rushes over to check on the cow. He then notices that it's been shot, and this makes him really angry. In his fury, Wolf confronts Dog and starts beating him up, feeling scared about the potential consequences that they were strictly warned about regarding the cow's return. The group makes Dog dig a hole for himself and covers it with a thin sheet as Wolf sits across and keeps guard. The group talk amongst themselves as to what will happen to Wolf, as he's the leader of the group. Bigfoot, one of the outspoken members of the group, says that he'll get executed, and it creates a fight with Rambo. They discuss on what they should do with the cow, and Bigfoot suggests that they should eat it since it's already dead. They drag the cow and butcher it, and Wolf looks from afar while they dismember the cow, and feeling unable to wait for his verdict, Wolf shoots himself. Later on, the group gathers around an open fire and enjoys the cooked meat from the cow. During this time, Bigfoot proposes an idea. He suggests that they should report a different story, claiming that Wolf shot the cow and then himself so that Dog wouldn't face execution for no reason. When a disagreement arises, Bigfoot proposes a solution by suggesting that they vote on the matter. He asks the group who wants Dog to face death as a consequence, and in response, Lady expresses her strong disapproval of Dog's actions and declares that she won't forget what he did. She storms off in anger, with Rambo following closely behind her. Outside, unable to accept the fact that Wolf is dead, Lady kicks the lifeless body of her former partner. Rambo and Lady then drink over a bonfire and spend the night together. The next morning, the group, along with the Lady, report that Wolf shot the cow while drunk and then offed himself. The messenger neglects to respond to the message and tells them Doctora's family needs proof of life. A man asks Doctora questions to confirm if it's really her, and after answering the questions, she tries to ask questions of herself, but the man doesn't answer. Later, the messenger tells the group to bury Wolf in an unmarked grave and divide his gear amongst themselves. Before shutting off communication, the messenger tells them that Bigfoot is now in charge of the group and warns of enemies around the area. He closes off by telling the group that there will be a mobile unit coming to their aid. While Bigfoot and Boom Boom fight amongst themselves, Swede notices mushrooms in the cow's dung. The group investigate the shrooms and deem it safe to eat, and Swede takes the first bite, followed by the other two. Afterward, the three of them begin to experience strange effects as the mushrooms they consumed, which they thought were harmless, turn out to be psychoactive. They then start to trip, with their perceptions and thoughts becoming really distorted. Later, the enemy opens fire, and a huge battle ensues. The messenger reports over the radio that the unit that they sent has been hit and is retreating to the Mono's bunker. Swede takes Doctora down to the bunker and tells her that she's been ordered to shoot her if the insurgents come to save Doctora. Seeing the fear in the eyes of Swede, Doctora tells the child that she can help her with anything that she needs. Swede says that she wants to be a dancer, and before she can finish the conversation, a bomb hits the bunker, and scared, Swede runs to Doctora, and the two embrace one another. Swede, in her altered state, starts kissing Doctora, but she quickly realizes that this behavior of acting like a scared little girl was just a pretense. She becomes aware that Swede's actions were not genuine and were merely a facade. In the morning, Bigfoot comes to the bunker and announces that they've won last night's battle and that they've been assigned a new location. Before he tells her to leave, he takes her back to her old cell, and in the cell, Doctora takes out a machete that she stashed in the room and hides it in her bag. The Monos lead Doctora through the forest to their new hiding place, and as the older members of the group enjoy themselves in their new home, Doctora seizes the opportunity to slip away unnoticed from Smurf, who was supposed to be watching her. Smurf soon realizes what had happened and reports it to the group. Lady and the others try to report what happened to the messenger, but Bigfoot destroys the radio and orders Smurf and the others to sweep the area and to look for her. In the woods, Doctora finds it challenging to protect herself from the harsh weather and persistent mosquitoes, constantly trying to avoid any harm that they may cause. The next morning, Doctora gets caught while crossing a bridge, and at the camp, the Monos hold down Doctora and chain her by the neck. The Monos celebrate throughout the night, and the next morning, the messenger arrives with a camera and a newspaper in hand. The messenger requests that Doctora reads the newspaper, but she remains silent. The messenger then asks Bigfoot what they've done to her, suggesting that Bigfoot has lost control. After expressing his disappointment in Bigfoot for not meeting the expectations, the messenger proceeds to scold the entire group, pointing out their disorderly condition and reprimanding them for it. The messenger then commands the group to train harder than they've ever trained before, pushing them in the process. Following that, the messenger instructs each of the Monos to stand up and disclose information about one another. As each member take turns confessing the wrongdoings of their fellow Monos, Smurf eventually reveals that it was Dog who was responsible for killing the cow. Afterwards, the messenger commands Bigfoot to accompany him and provide a detailed report on the High Command. However, during their journey on a boat toward the High Command, Bigfoot unexpectedly shoots the messenger and decides to return to the camp instead. Smurf is discovered and captured, being held back and restrained for being seen as a traitor. With Bigfoot now leading the Monos as their own independent organization, they begin to aggressively attack anyone who happens to cross their path. During the night, Rambo tries to free Smurf and escape from the camp, but unfortunately, Lady captures her in the act, and surprisingly, Lady decides to let Rambo go for free after Rambo drops her weapon as a sign of surrender. The Monos go after Rambo for deserting the group, and Rambo finds a boat anchored in the river and rummages through it trying to find whatever she can eat. A man who had been diving underwater comes out and captures Rambo, and the man takes her back to to his home, where he lives with his wife and 3 children. Rambo finds a safe haven to replenish her strength, and back at the camp, Doctora bravely swims in the water, still wearing the chain around her neck, while Swede keeps a watchful eye on her. Shortly after, Swede decides to join Doctora and steps into the water to take a swim herself. Doctora catches Swede off guard and forcefully submerges her in the river, causing her to drown. And afterward, Doctora returns to the camp and gathers necessary supplies, including the boots of a restrained Smurf, which she takes without permission. Despite Smurf pleading to accompany her, Doctora decides to leave him behind and departs on her own. The Monos successfully track down the house where Rambo had been hiding in and tragically kill the couple that lived there. In a desperate attempt to survive, Rambo flees into the forest, with Bigfoot and Boom Boom hot on her heels, closely pursuing her. As they close in on her, Rambo makes a daring move by leaping into the river to save herself. However, Bigfoot and Boom Boom remain determined and undeterred by the strong currents of the rapids, as they too jump inside the water in pursuit. And as the movie comes to a close, we see that after being carried away by the river, Rambo eventually washes up on the shore and finds herself in the presence of soldiers who are actively searching for Doctora. And recognizing her dire situation, the soldiers come to her rescue and offer their assistance. And that is where today's recap comes to an end. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure to leave a like, also leave a comment, because I love hearing from you guys. Sub to my channel. I love you guys so much, and I promise to see you on my next recap. Bye.